Now, if you're used to Prince difficulty, we're about to see drastically different behavior here from the AI, because on deity difficulty, with a lot more room on the map overall, we are destined for a ton of aggression. I think I might just be more excited for this campaign than I was for the previous one, because this is going to be drastically different. So things are getting off to a really quick start. Remember, on deity difficulty, the AI gets, I think, what is it, 3 settlers? They start off with 3 settlers? Yeah, I mean, including the one that they actually get to use to find their capital. So we have a much larger map, and I can confirm deity AI is so different in just almost every single way. So as I always do, please let me know in the comment section down below what civ you think is going to win in this kind of European style battle. I will get to why we have Gorgo here, but let me finish off my statement. So yeah, you can let me know in the comment section down below what civ you think is going to win, but please wait to the end of the video, because again, we get through so many turns in this part 1 here. So just to kind of give you a better idea of what is about to take place here. So yeah, very quickly, I have to watch with someone that will, obviously, as a human player, we don't get starting bonuses on deity difficulty. So I figured, you know, I wanted to make sure we had Pericles' Greece this time around. So I didn't really mind Gorgo there too much, and this was really the only way I could have done this without handicapping another, you know, big civ like Scythia or Russia. I didn't want to do that because those are very popular choices. So we'll, you know, essentially still get a very powerful Greece. It just won't be Gorgo. She'll probably get eliminated actually early on, and that was kind of, that'll be kind of, that's fine, basically. So yeah, Russia and Scythia, as for my choices, I mean, those look like the big ones that, you know, seem to be kind of the standouts. Sumeria might have a good time if they decide, remember, they have their war carts, so if they decide to go after Arabia, Gilgamesh is going to have a really good time. And I know there's going to be a war between Cleopatra and I want to call him Haran all the time, but it's not Haran. I'm so still used to Civilization 5, yeah. So if Egypt goes after Arabia and if Sumeria goes after Arabia, they both might have some luck, and it looks like we already have our first war. Like, that is, like I said, how aggressive this AI is, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few cities go down in this first video. So, yeah, as I said, back to my choice, we have all of Africa here that's open to colonization, which I think is really fun, because I wasn't able to do something like that in Civilization 5 AI-only battles, because obviously there's Morocco and Carthage here, and Egypt tended to do really well under Ramses, but we will get to see, like, imperialism from the mid-game in these, like, from these European empires. Like, Rome will be a big one. Spain will be a huge one. France and Germany will, of course, get down here. Poland, let's not forget about Poland. Oh my goodness, I had no idea there was already this battle taking place for the Polar City. Is Russia here? Wow, Poland is about to get their 4th city already. That's crazy. And you know what, briefly, because it helps me kind of understand all the conflicts that are taking place, I will go into the auto camera mode, and it does kind of help us. So there we go. We've got Russia with a holy site district. A religion in this game is going to be huge because, you know, again, I mean, we're using domination only, by the way, but it's still, you know, the factors, the benefits you get from beliefs and things like that are still going to be pretty massive. I think Rome is off to an amazing start. Obviously, he's protected by the Alps. We've got Norway here in Scandinavia. Very glad that I turned on this auto camera mode, because there was so much that I still needed to talk about, and I needed to show off. We got Dublin as a city-state also, so they could pose a little bit of a threat to England, even though this camera is going absolutely nuts. So there is a lot more room and less civs, which means we will have big empires, which I know people tend to love, because at the end game we have these massive wars, and there's actually kind of a storyline behind everything, and we could be very basic, very kind of close, have kind of a World War II sort of scenario by the end of this. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off this auto camera mode because everything is really fast. We got Fort Williams here. Vicky has settled Scotland. Norway's gonna have a good time in Scandinavia, but remember, all these mountains and all this snow, it's not really gonna be very beneficial in terms of tile yield. So that's gonna be tough. Oh, I think Poland just barely survived. Remember, for a lot of these civs, you know, warrior units is tough. And you know, that is not good for Frederick, because Poland is going nuts with the set lane. Remember, their encampments give them more tiles than normal, so that's why she probably prioritized encampments before anything else. Greece and Rome will definitely be at each other's throats. Oh my goodness, they're already dead. That is crazy. Okay, well then that is exactly how I hoped this scenario was going to play out. We already have just Greece here, and they've taken over a city. And yeah, we have one Greece under Pericles, and I always tend to use Gorgo because she's more aggressive, but because we have city-states, it will be really interesting to see how many city-state allies or suzerain bonuses he will be getting up and how many he'll be able to pull into wars, especially against Trajan, who will ultimately be, I think, his biggest enemy. Definitely. Okay, so a lot of Roman troops already in southern France kind of feeling out the area. Spain is going to be great in Iberia, and Spain is going to be great colonizing modern-day Morocco. I think the city-state will make things tough, especially if they ally themselves with Pericles in the Balkan state region. But you know, Spain is definitely on my watch list as maybe possibly going to you know, possibly pull away with the victory here. Oh my goodness! Yes, Egypt did take this city. This is an Arabian city, right? Or did they burn it down and then they took and settled another one? I'm not sure, but clearly Arabia lost a settlement to the north of Cairo and Hayton. Yeah, I guess so. Sumeria not really getting too busy, not really too preoccupied with what's going on here in the Arabian Peninsula. They need to be doing that, though. These war carts are, you know, people argue they are the most powerful unit in the game because of the early game and their possibility compared to, you know, warrior units that are mostly kind of populating the map at this point. We kind of have the Armenian city-state up here, Scythia growing really quick. Again, I mean, we've got basically Scythia, this horde of just north of the Caspian Sea that I think is going to do a lot of damage to some of the European civs if they're not ready, because the European civs might eventually get locked down in terms of space. There's already so much colonization that's taking place. I mean, someone like France, Germany, and Poland might eventually get stuck, and if they're not ready, Russia and Scythia are going to only bring in the power out here from the east, and that could be a tough one to overcome. Bam! Look at this! Look at this war cart just going out exploring with all of that with all those movement points. Yeah, remember Russia's also getting a ton more tiles per settlement than everyone else, so she's going to be, I'm sorry, Peter II is going to be eating up a lot more land than everybody. Norway could be a big thorn in the side to Vicky, especially because what does Vicky do now? I don't think she'll settle just south of Fort William, because I mean she might, but it's gonna be tough. There's not much land here. I think the AI doesn't really like this spot. They haven't really liked this spot from what I've noticed in the British Isles. They might try to take over Dublin, but a naval invasion, it's gonna be tough. Oh, there you go. Well, I've already got my answer. They're just gonna go colonize to the south and grab modern day French lands. Whereas, very interesting, Catherine moving towards Germany in her settling, which is kind of an interesting choice because she's opening up a space for Vicky and Felipe from Spain to kind of move in. But I think Felipe is going to have his hands full. He'll probably take out Lisbon here. I'm sure I've missed out on a few more, and I hope maybe, you know, some people down below will let us know some of the city captures that I might have missed. But I do believe there's probably going to be a city-state or two that fall, and I'll probably miss because it's already been about 60 turns that have gone by. Okay, so I haven't officially made my pick yet. I kind of want to just like throw in like a wild card because I think Spain, you know, Scythia, Russia will be the popular ones. I know that those are kind of the big ones. Sumeria could definitely do well. Whoever kind of comes out on top in the Middle East will kind of be destined to have a great game. I also want to say Rome is going to be good, as well as Greece. Greece already taken out Gorgo. Pericles could have a big game. And again, it's domination only, and the AI does, in fact, play more aggressive on domination only. I did do a few tests on that, so that has been confirmed. So for me, I think I have to pick... You know, for me, I'm going to pick Rome, to be honest. I am going to pick Rome because, I mean, look at this. It looks like they're already at war. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, let's find out right now. So is Rome at war with Greece? Not yet, but it looks like that could be on the horizon. That's for sure. Yeah, that could be on the horizon here with these horseman units. We might possibly see... it's tough to say. They might have open borders. We don't know. There wasn't like they didn't really have a feeling towards each other back before I checked. Yeah, I mean, oh, nope, they're at war now. Okay, they are officially at war, so this could be huge. I just made my pick as Trajan, but I don't know how that's going to go. Again, Rome is pretty safe. This is the perfect time for someone like Rome to go after their neighbors out to the east, because they don't have to worry at the moment from someone like Spain. Spain is going to be a tough competitor here, I think, for Rome eventually. But, you know, right now they're kind of doing their own thing. I think there's definitely a conflict taking place between France and Germany, isn't there? Yes. Oh my gosh, France is at war with Germany and Felipe of Spain, so that's kind of a tough one. I think they'll be fine overall. I do think that they'll kind of manage it out of it, and boom, Vicky's just doing her thing. She's just settling over settlers. She's sending over settlers, I think. Did I say that right? I don't know. And I think Norway's about to settle modern-day Denmark, just north of Germany. That's going to give Frederick a little bit of problems, especially because, you know, Frederick and rivers don't tend to work out very well, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how that ends up for him. Poland's just doing their own thing. Very smart of Poland. You're not at war with anybody. You like England. Interesting. Poland and England with an early alliance, and this is a smart move, especially because for Russia as an AI, there's so much space. I'm sure it's overwhelming for the AI to like. I don't know how much Peter actually has like in terms of discovered. I don't know if Peter knows about all this land out this way. So I think Poland will grab kind of the Baltic region here. And how is Scythia? Scythia is also going to be a big question mark because I'm sure there's going to be an early war. And if one of these two civs wipe each other out, I don't know if it's Russia wiping out Scythia or the other way around. If they can manage that, then that's game over almost. That is game over unless Poland is as OP, which they are one of the most OP civs in the game, and their position really kind of keeps Europe safe. So if France can hold back whatever, you know, Russia and Scythia sends... I'm sorry, if Poland can hold back whatever Russia and Scythia sends out at them, then they could technically be like the defenders of Western Europe almost, to an extent. Bam! So they've settled Riga, and yes, Norway did, in fact, go after kind of modern-day Denmark. So that is a pretty big deal. And is there anything coming out of the Roman-Greek war? Not yet, but man, Rome is so aggressive. They're not even going after... southern France. They're just leaving that all to themselves, and Felipe is sending more forces to come after France, it looks like. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Again, let me know in the comment section down below what civ you think is going to win. There's not that many civs, but there will be a ton bigger wars by the end of this thing, so I'm very excited about that. I think we have a very interesting scenario here on our hands, a lot more different than we saw from the previous AI only battle because of the amount of land that's in this game, as well as just the difficulty. It makes all the difference. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.